Holy Names has a lot of answers here, Coach. Top of the key, Shive 3 again.
That should force a timeout.
Timeout on the floor by Holy Names. 9:30 to go. 32-23 after Shive hammers another tray ball. He's got 10 straight away. Man, that guy's impressive. He's on his game right now.
Yeah, like I said, he's an all-league caliber player. And I think the one thing in looking at the first 10 minutes of this game is that Chaminade's open freestyle of play has taken Holy Names out of their sets that they like to run. And this game, the tempo and pace right now really favors Chaminade. Holy Names likes to come down, get into their ball screen set, move the ball, and Chaminade are free-flowing. And that free-flowing style is taking Holy Names out of what they like to do right now.
Chaminade looking at 1.4 points per game. And they're right on pace. Even here in the championship, which you just, I don't know if you would expect that or not.
Yeah, you get a little, saw a little bit the nerves in the first few minutes, but it looks like both teams have overcome that and really starting to play, a good tempo right now.
9.5 on the clock, and they need to do some extra squeegeeing. Oh, look, they brought in the D1 squeegees. How about that?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That is cool. A lot of great things going on here at the Conlon Center, revolving around this tournament. Everybody's here. Shot from out on the right wing, and a 3-ball falls from Alonzo Taylor.
Great screen. Taylor came off and really created space and knocked that down.
Anderson brings it up behind the back. Shive, who's been on absolute fire. Anderson, top of the key, fires a 3, whistles. And it's on the it's against the Hawks. It's on Chaminade. Fouls committed by Shive. And that's his first.
Yeah, I think they got him on an illegal screen there, Roland said he held on. Coach Brovard right in front of us, not very happy with that call.
9 minutes to exactly everybody in the half, 32-26. Names has the ball. Taylor over to the right side, just in front of us. Kevonte Davis. Dribble drive outside. Dean, no. Rebound, Chaminade. So not a lot of harm done after the Shive foul.
Yeah, quick shot there by Holy Names, not taking advantage of what they do best.
The Dressler is able to take it in, but misses it from close range on the left side of the bucket. There in the post. Taken down by the Hawks. 3-ball in the corner. It falls and a whistle.
Great extra pass by Holy Names to get reverse the ball back to Taylor for that 3.
Alonzo Taylor with another 3 for us, 32-29, 8.5. And Taylor to go to the floor for the rarest, one of the rarest 4-point play.
Yeah, he's 2 for 2 from outside, 11 points. He leads all scorers so far, and he didn't even start this game.
So Alonzo Taylor, the 6'3 senior out of Long Beach. Back to the line, not close. Rebound is hauled in by Cartano. And they'll slow things down. Bringing it up is Nicholas Anderson, the 6'1 senior out of Anaheim.
Little guard-to-guard ball screen here with him and Dressler. Looking to get Dressler inside now.
Shive's so big he can screen 3 guys in one play. Left-handed up with the runner, and Dressler's able to knock it down. 34-29 to keep the Swords up by 5. Inside of 8 minutes, everybody. Hawks again off to our right, attacking the northern hoop here at the Conlon Center. Good foot fake is driving in. Fuller is able to draw a whistle. Could that be on Shive?
It was on Anderson, I believe.
All right.
On the penetration.
Yep, it happens sometimes on Anderson. 34-29, 7:47. You listen to Penguin Radio, everybody. You are listening to the 2019 NCAA Division II Pac-West Basketball Championships, only on Penguin Radio, the official radio station at Dominican University of California. Radio.dominican.edu. Yeah, that's right, everybody. Stuart Hornforest, I'm Scott Waterman, your DU broadcasters for the first game of the championship. here at Dominican University of California. 34-29 in favor of the visiting Chaminade Silver Swords against the Holy Names Hawks. Well, the Hawks, I think, are playing pretty good, Coach.
Yeah, no, they definitely are. And I think it's definitely can be seen by their shooting percentage. 12 minutes into the game, shooting 67% from the field, 43 from the three. They're getting good penetration, getting open looks. The thing that will ultimately decide this game is that in the defensive side, both teams shooting in the 60s. Which team can lock down, get 3 or 4 stops in a row will probably be at the end be what determines things.
I think piggybacking off of that point, Stu, is Holy Names is one of the better three-point defenses in the conference, so that could play into their hand late if, like Coach says, it comes down to shooting at the end of the game.
7:47 to go, and the end of the timeout has come, so we're ready for some more basketball. Fuller on the line, the 5'11 junior out of Inglewood. A wide open stance, and he knocks the first one down just a pure stroke, 34-30, and a chance to bring Holy Names within 3. Holy Names, holy cow. 7:46, the clock rolls, and Chaminade will bring it up. Roman Young on the far side. Low bounce pass to Cartano, top of the key. Out on the left side, fakes right, goes left, spins 360.
Whoa.
Up and in with a circus move. He looked like CJ.
Cartino does a great job. He's one of the top drivers in the conference, and he showed it right there on that with that spin move.
That spin 360 is classic CJ Thomas, one of the greats in DU history. Graduating this year. Fadeaway jumper from the right side by Andre Green, and the Swords with another rough rebound coming up on 7 minutes in the first half. Down to the baseline, Shive. Shive just backs into Harris, and that's not an easy thing to do. Kick out, 3 ball.
Dressler for 3.
Dressler from way outside, inside of 7 minutes, 39-31.
Great inside-out action by Chaminade there. Playoff Shive in the post, who's had a great first half. Defense collapsed.
Fuller top of the key, can't get it to fall. Hauled in again by Dressler. He brings it up. Shive down low. Shive again against Harris. Boy, that's a matchup of a couple of big dudes. Way outside from the far corner. Heaved up by Aerosol, and nothing but air. Oh, and I thought that was a travel. I was expecting a whistle against Taylor, who brought it up. A lot of physical work down low as the ball kicks out off the end line, and it's going to be Holy Names' ball. Xavier Harris is going to take a break. I think working against Shive would be a pretty tough thing, Coach.
No, it definitely is. He is a load. 6'9", 250.
That'll wear you out. Fuller's got it in between the circles. He takes it himself to the end, and it's tipped away, but over the top came Dressler. And he caught him on the arm. 6:03 to go, 39-31.
And that's a second on Dressler. I'm just interested to see what Coach Brover does with him right here, if he keeps him in the game or lets him play it out to get his third.
Fans, I'm sure you're all enjoying the words from Scott Waterman, the associate coach for the Penguins. He'll be back in the next game, this afternoon men's game, in the second quarter. And we sure appreciate you being with us, Coach. No. 6:03 to go.
I appreciate being here and imparting a little wisdom.
Kazar on the line. And that's good. Bobby Kazar, a 6'7" senior out of Heath, Ohio. Transfer out of College of the Sequoias. You ever been up there?
No.
Yeah.
Have not.
6:03 to go, 39-32. He'll go back to the line. He's got the black hose all the way up. The only player on the court with it. Just like the coach wears all day. And the stirrups. And the second one's perfect. 6:03 to go. 39-33. Swords on top as they have been most of the afternoon. But the Hawks are hanging very tough. Down on the end line. Wow, it's a lot of pressure in the backcourt. Green does not want the ball to make it across. Cartano says, I'll take it myself. Up and under, gets his own rebound. Back left side, no. And the putback. Boy, nothing like being in perfect position as Jake Hutchings is able to finger roll it back in. 41-33. 5:40 to go.
Yeah, Chaminade's length right there, being able to get inside, battle for those boards. Big testament to why they set all year.
Right side jumper, Taylor missed it. Tipped out of bounds off of one of the Chaminades. The Swords will bring in Nicholas Anderson and Masa Swain. Those guys will re-enter in place of Aerosol and Roman Young. 5.5 to go. Penguin Radio. Oh, man, what a breakaway move from the top of the key. Fuller couldn't get it to fall. The putback is good after he went in and got his own rebound.
Yeah, no, he took a great shot. There was a block out by Nick Anderson of Chaminade. Fuller was able to follow his shot, get in there, and finish.
5:10 to go, everybody. First game of the 2019 Pac West Championships, up and under Nicholas Anderson, the 6'1 senior, and that was just not even close to a defender.
Nobody home for Holy Names there, Coach.
No, the points in the paint, big for Chaminade this half, that's for sure. No help side by Holy Names.
43-35, up and under by Cameron Feeney, a 6'8 freshman out of Saratoga, down by San Jose. Went to Valley Christian. 4.5. 43-37. Holy Names is hanging very tough. It's been a 5 or 6 point game for the past 14 minutes of play.
And Chaminade did get out to a 9-point lead. That was their largest, but when they did, Holy Names brought it right back almost within a blink of an eye.
4.5 to go, everybody. 43-37. On the short side, Chaminade has it right under the bucket. Dressler.
ISO on the right side against a smaller Taylor.
And he lifts. Oh, boy, he had some great hops, but couldn't get it off. And once he did, it was short. Names will take it to the other end. And the whistle, and the bucket, and Fuller will go to the line for a 3-point play, 43-39.
That was a great take by Fuller. Used his body against the bigger guy to create the separation. Left-hand finish. Really, really good work there by Fuller.
4:16 to go in the first half, everybody. Single elimination. Winners move on in the tournament, which will conclude Saturday afternoon. Tomorrow, the semis. 10 games in 3 days, and Fuller will go to the line.
A little bit of perspiration on the floor causing this delay, but TJ's just prolific at everything he does. He
does
true?
Everything well.
He does.
4:16 to go.
Let's hope that he played basketball a little bit better than he mopped the floor.
He's one of those guys. I watched him over his 4-year career here at Dominican, and boy, he got good fast.
He did.
Like somewhere in the early last year, all of a sudden he became the real deal. The free throw is missed very deep. Scheib hauls it in. So the Swords will bring it up slowly across the timeline. Anderson. Fuller's in his face. They're going to go left side. Down low, as you might imagine. Scheib, turnaround jumper.
And for those listening, the cross screen that Scheib got to get open was great right there. Great contact. Really allowed him to get open.
He was able to just hook it right over the top of Jacob Dean. And Holy Names answers Taylor from the top of the key with a 3-ball. 45-42. Well, the Hawks have managed to cut it to 3. This is about as close as they've been in a while since they led in the first couple of minutes. 3:30 to go in the second half. Oh, Taylor almost was able to steal it. Instead, Elliot Donnelly's able to corral it. And Dressler from the top of the key there's a whistle. I think it's on Scheib.
No, it was on the defense.
It has
it was on
to
Holy
be on
Names.
Jacob Dean then. All right, 3:26 to go, everybody. You're listening to Penguin Radio from Dominican University of California. Radio.dominican.edu.
You're listening to the 2019 NC2A Division II Pac West Basketball Championships, only on Penguin Radio, the official radio station at Dominican University of California. Radio.dominican.edu.
45-42, 3:26 to go. From Media Row, Stuart Horn and Forrest Hunt, and the great Scott Waterman, Associate Head Coach of the Penguins. You're listening to the 2019 Pac West Championship Tournament. Well, I got to ask the question I'm sure especially Dominican fans are thinking right now, Coach, and that is, how tough is it for you guys hosting the tournament to not be here?
Oh, it's really tough, and we had a goal going into the year to be playing at some point in this weekend, be it tomorrow. Ideally, tomorrow is top seed, or just being here today at 3 through 6. So, it's definitely a little bittersweet right now not to be playing, and but I think for our guys, having them here, watching this, knowing what it's going to be like for next year down at APU. Ironically, we finished our season in APU, and when we left that locker room, we said we want to be back here next March 7th. So, there's a growth and maturity that has to take place, and we went through a lot of that this year, so we will be prepared for next year.
Dressler makes the free throw, the first of 2.
Coach, one of the things that stands out to me when you look at the stat sheet at this moment, 16 for 26, both teams from the floor shooting 61.5%.
Yeah, and like I said, it's going to come down to which team is going to defend a little bit better in the second half, which is going to lock in, get 4 or 5 stops in a row, and be able to push this lead out from 6 to 10, 12, 14 points. That's going to be the difference. Basketball is a game of runs, and it's who can make the biggest and longest run.
Dressler makes the second one. Names brings it to the other end. We're coming up on 3 minutes and a half. It's a 5-point ball game. I appreciate your candor there, Coach, about Dominican hosting the tournament but not being able to, the men not making it to the tournament. And as far as I'm concerned, we don't have to talk about it anymore.
Thanks, Stuart.
Because it hurts me too.
It hurts me a lot.
I'm sure it does, but
we do wish Coach Coast, Coach Allen, and the whole women's team best of luck.
Yeah.
And they got a great opportunity to go win this thing on their home floor.
They certainly do, and the Dominican women will be playing tomorrow night at 5 p.m., having gotten a bye in the first round, the number 2 seed, the Lady Penguins, 47-42.
Another thing in looking at the stats, you got 5 total turnovers, 3 by Holy Names, 2 by Chaminade. It's been a relatively well-played game in terms of taking care of the ball.
Kazar on the line, knocks down the first one. Has a chance to draw the Hawks within 3. And he does. Coach, when I hear coaches at this level yell to the team to box out, do you think it really helped, or is it just a nervous reaction?
I think it definitely helps. Doesn't always happen, but it definitely helps. At least from a coaching mindset to at least know that you've informed your guys to do it.
Taylor with a steal in midcourt, and Names is going to slow it down with a fresh shot clock. 22 on it. Fuller now between the circles. He's got Nicholas Anderson all over him. Way out on the left wing, Alonzo Taylor. Taylor picks up a really sweet screen out of Sanders and takes it to the other side. Now the far deep 3 is no good from Sanders.
Yeah, transition opportunity right here for Chaminade.
Chaminade making a quick break to the other end. Oh, a good foot fake by Aerosol. Thinking 3 ball way out on the left wing. He drives in off the baseline instead, and he's fouled on the way. 49-44, he'll go to the line, 2:12 to go.
Again, no help side there by Holy Names. Aerosol was able to get in there from the left side, finish with his right hand, go up through the contact, and get the and one.
Aerosol will take his place at the line and in the spotlight. As the Conlon Center falls silent, the first one is a high arc, very majestic, and
Aerosol is a really good shooter, so that puts him right in his element there at the free throw line.
And he completes the 3-point play, 2:10, 50-44 to go. Coming up on 2 minutes, everybody. Coach Scott Waterman is our guest. Second quarter today, second quarter later in the afternoon game, the next game, coming up at about 3 o'clock, I would suspect. It'll be game 2. 4 games on the docket today. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Names in the corner.
Great.
Taylor thinking about it. What's he got? He's got 3, 2. It's on the way. He launched it. Oh, and he knocks down the long deuce. Way out on the left wing. Oh, that Taylor. He can work the clock. 96 seconds to go as Shive receives the ball on the pass, but fouled on the play. Shive fouled against Jacob Dean, lifting the elbow, 50-46.
Offensive foul on Shive on that one.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
I would think, Coach, that they would sit Shive for the remaining 135 in this first half.
You can't risk a guy of his caliber getting that third foul now with about 3 possessions left in the half.
Yeah, if Chaminade's going to hold on, they're going to need Shive down the stretch. You always have that one key player inside of 90 seconds, everybody. Oh, Young had it stripped away, and now we have the first jump ball of the tournament. The dual possession, boy, there's a stank eye on the floor.
This just makes the second half more interesting now. I mean,
yeah, Taylor and Aerosol got into it for a moment. I mean, there was nothing physical, but they certainly were not looking at each other with too much love in their eyes as Aerosol fell on him. Possession arrow goes the way of Holy Names. 50-46, 122 to go.
I want to ask you this question, Coach. When are they looking at as the officials to decide when to blow that whistle for a dual possession call? It's when they're both locked up, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they usually give it, initially they look, wait for both guys that have dual possession. Both guys have to be holding onto the ball. That's when they get it.
Okay.
It's not something where they wait a prolonged period of time. As soon as both guys have their hands on it and it's not moving, it becomes automatic dual possession.
Wouldn't you agree that this season in particular, they certainly called it a lot, and it was before what you just described, whereas this particular dual possession was after they were in the scrum. Yeah. Left wing, long two. By Fuller does not go. 50-46, 1 minute to go. Chaminade's going to bring it up. They lead by 4. Off to our left. Top of the key, 3 ball. Launched! Aerosol! Good! 53-46. Boy, that was pure. 50 seconds to go.
And that's a scouting report by Holy Names, not knowing the shooter is left wide open.
Fuller, kick over to the left side. Dean. Back over to Taylor. Now top of the key. They're going to slow it down. Sanders right in front of us. Fuller is thinking about it. 11 on the shot clock. And a whistle. And an illegal screen. I couldn't see it, Scott?
No, it was a reach on Cartano. Hit Sanders on that little ball screen action there.
Well, you know what happens, and this happens a lot with Booker, is
he walks right in front of you.
Coach Bavaire's right in front of me, and I'm struggling to see what happens.
When Book does that next year, you tell him to move out of the way. You're the most important guy in this gym, Steve.
I've said it to him. I've tried to be nice about it. But, you can't tell the coach what to do.
What Booker has learned to do, I believe, is when he does get right in front of us, he'll just squat down.
He has the
wherewithal to squat down.
53-47 after Sanders cans the first one. 31.7 left, and the second one's on the way, and it's perfect. 53-48. A 5-point ball game. Chaminade, the slightest of margin, full court heat. 30 seconds to go. Now Holy Names backs off. Chaminade's going to look for the last shot or something close to it. Shot clock is off. Or it's really close. No, it's 1 second ahead.
Little stack set here by Chaminade. Coach Bovair does a great job getting guys in position. Look for Dressler to get the ball in an ISO situation, looking to make a play.
Anderson to the left wing. Dressler looking for a place to put it into the hands of Aerosol, who's red hot. 2 seconds on the way, front of the rim. And that's the end of the half.
No, shot
it's
clock.
Not the end of the half. That was the shot clock. And the putback by Hutchings.
Holy
and the greatest quarters we've had all season long. But if you thought that was good, if you thought bringing in Coach Waterman was good, let me introduce the head coach for the Penguins. Booker T. Harris is with us. How you doing, Coach?
I'm well, Stu. Great to be here.
Yes.
Good to see ya.
It is great to have you here in the opulent broadcast booth here at Dominican University of California. It's complete with electricity and carpeting. 53-48. Second half action, everybody. Swords attacking the northern hoop here for the second half of this game. Holy Names on defense. Down low, Shive. Lots of contact. Shive buries the bucket from the right side and draws a whistle. 19:42 to go. It's a 7-point ball game, and the big man will go to the line.
Eric Shive, one of those guys that we talked about at the top of the broadcast, too. He can shoot from downtown, almost 40% shooting from beyond the arc, Coach, and then he's great inside, has that size, has the quickness as well.
Harris with the foul. Shive with a 3-point play.
Yeah, he completes it well. He is one of those guys that gets great position, and he does a lot of other intangibles, too, especially when he steps out and plays the perimeter.
The Chaminade on defense off to our left, up and under with a beautiful runner. What a great play by Kevontae Davis, the 6'2 senior. He had some good minutes in the first half and starts things off here in the second half. It's a 6-point ball game with a tremendous bucket from down low, and shy with his third.
You know, now that we have a stop, Coach, I'm really impressed with the guard play from Holy Names. You were talking about Alonzo Taylor, Rob Fuller, Kevontae Davis, and of course Andre Green. Those 4 guards on the side of Holy Names. Really impressed with not only their ability outside, but to drive the lane.
No, those guys all year long they've been playing that way. You know, they add so much to the perimeter with their athleticism, and then those guys can score. They're aggressive. They get out in transition.
56-50, top of the key is Green. Playing catch back and forth with Fuller. Now into the corner, head fake Sanders. No, he goes low. Loose ball, who comes up with it? Chaminade. Aerosol scoops it up, dumps it off to Anderson, who'll bring it across the timeline. Long 3 ball by Aerosol, and that falls, and now it's 59-50. I couldn't really see around the coach, because when he stands right here in front of me, I can't see anything, Booker. Have you ever heard of such a thing?
No,
Can you imagine? 59-50. Turn around jumper, close range by Xavier Harris. Does not go. In and out with a horseshoe. Down with it, Chaminade.
I look for Chaminade to be aggressive once again here in transition.
18.5 in the far corner. Dressler back and forth. Now Cartano. Oh, softly. And the big fella's got a soft touch from close range. 61-50. 11 points, the greatest margin it's been in quite a while. 18:08 to go. Chaminade on defense. Oh, driving in is Fuller. Takes it himself, and he's blocked at the last instant. A clean all-ball knockout by Hutchings. Chaminade brings it to the other end. Anderson takes it the distance.
Here comes
off
the timeout, I think, probably.
Off the window. And, of course, you can see a timeout coming a mile away. The coach called it. 63-50. 17:49 to go. Booker T. Harris is sitting in with us here at Penguin Radio. Worldwide on the Stretch Network. Boy, this is a big game in the house, Coach. 17:49. All of a sudden, it's 13 points.
One of the things that Chaminade does, they're explosive when they get on their runs like that. 3 different guys will score. All of a sudden, it's almost like plugging holes. What they do in transition, and those guys aggressively seeking their shots. I mean, they shoot the ball well. And both these teams actually, you know, on the year have been known for the runs that they go on. And basketball is a game of runs. So these teams that definitely can have the firepower to go either way. They can either shoot themselves out of a game, or they can shoot themselves to a lead.
Chaminade's shooting percentage has gone way up for us to 65% against 55. There's almost flip-flopped in the first half.
Yeah, well, coming out of the halftime timeout, we were talking about which team will step up defensively. Well, it also, you can look at it the other way. Which team's going to come out on a run and grow that lead to 10, 12, 14, 16. So far, that's been Chaminade here in the second half, enjoying a 13-point lead.
63-50 in favor of the Swords. Over the Hawks out of Holy Names in the East Bay. Court Swords from the Islands. 17:49 to go.
I look for Holy Names to get their guards going. They'll probably run another quick set here with some type of ball screen to get those guys a good look.
What are they talking about in that timeout?
I think, Omar, he's probably talking about them on the defensive end, and then aggressively on offense, you know, getting in the paint a little bit more to put pressure on Chaminade.
Of course, talking about Omar Sanchez, one of the great Holy Names players in history, now the head coach. 63-50. I talked to him before the game, Coach, and said, I remember when you were a player, I was calling your games 20 years ago. Inside of 17 now. Coming up on 17, I should say. Out on the left wing, Holy Names with the ball. Down low, Jacob Dean, low bounce pass into the hands of Kazar, and it goes out of bounds off of Jake Hutchings. Holy Names ball off the end line on the short side, right under the bucket. Kevontae Davis will bring it in softly over the top, and he throws it away. Inbounds to Cartano, like he intended it for Cartano, though I'm certain that he wasn't. Anderson brings it up, now down low. A lot of contact right under the bucket. Hutchings fights for it and gets the easy deuce. 65-50, a 15-point game. Chaminade starting to do what Chaminade does so well.
Really capitalizing off turnovers right there. They're so tough. Another turnover right here on cue probably leads to a transition basket.
Kevontae Davis had it stripped out of his hands, and the shot by Nicholas Anderson is good, and now it's 17, 67-50, and the Hawks need an answer. After hanging tough for the first half, now it's 17, and it's starting to slip away. 16:43 to go in the second half of Game 1. 4 games on the docket today as part of the championship.
Chaminade really turning up the ball pressure in the perimeter. Their guards are being a little more active, trying to disrupt timing.
Rob Fuller throws it away under the bucket, and the Chaminades with a whistle on the steal.
Most impressively, too, Chaminade's doing this without Eric Shive on the floor. They have Hutchings down low, Cartano down low. It almost like they're not missing Shive at all.
No, they're not. With this lineup that they went to, they're actually a little more almost the same size at each position, so they can really fly around. They don't have a real set post guy, so they're all interchangeable.
Foul committed by Chaminade Davis. Chaminade with the ball back early in the second half. 16:20 to go. 20 on the shot clock. Chaminade ball driving in. Right side softly off the back of the bucket. No good by Hutchings. And the Hawks haul it in. 16:08 to go as the clock rolls. Left side up and under. Wide open. Right wing. Andre Green couldn't get it to fall. Instead, they work it down low off a tremendous get. Kazar with the deuce from close range, 67-52, 15-56. What kind of answer will Omar Sanchez and the Hawks have, Coach Booker T. Harris?
Second chance points, probably getting to the rim a little bit more, actually, and then you got to take care of the ball. What I remember most about playing in postseason, especially conference tournament time, is the turnovers that to easy transition baskets. You got to be able to take care of the ball. I mean, obviously, everybody is turning up their defense and energy a notch. You got to be able to weather the storm, especially that first 4 minutes of the second half. It's so vital to.
And you talk about turnovers. At halftime, there were 4 for Chaminade, 3 for Holy Names. Holy Names has more than doubled that total. They now have 7 in only the first 4 minutes of this second half.
And if they're ever going to get, as Booker said, those second chance opportunities, they're going to get it against Chaminade, or the 10th in scoring defense.
One of the things, the more you go, the more you get on the glass. And obviously, Holy Names, right now, trying to dig out themselves out this hole. What you got to remember is what got you the lead and what kept you in the game early on, which was taking care of the ball and guys getting great looks. They had nice ball movement.
Well, I will say this. Andre Green was a huge part of that first quarter, and he's been pretty cold since then with just a single field goal. 15:56 to go, 67-52. Chaminade ball, and they're going to bring it up 94 feet. And they do. Working it into the deep corner. Aerosol thinking 3, no. He kicks out. Gosh, that was like a 30-foot shot from Hutchings out on the left wing. It was near half court. I don't even know if I could throw the ball that far. 67-52. He missed it either way.
Yeah, Coach, I can't help it. Look, is this your index card? Coach Booker T. Harris prepared just as much as we did for this on-air piece right here in the second half.
I would be surprised. Well, maybe I wouldn't. 67-52. If anybody's prepared, it's Booker. Coming up on 15 and a half, everybody. Hawks ball over to our left. And again, the Hawks throw it away as Fuller intended for Kazar. He can't get it to work. It goes out off the end line. Chaminade ball once again. And now it's got to be a little frustrating, I'm sure, Booker, for the Hawks.
Oh, without question. Not to sound like Mark Jackson or anything like that, but you have to take care of the ball this time of year.
At this point, I would say so. Soft jumper, mid-range left side. That goes off by Aerosol, in and out.
Missed shots like that by Chaminade are vital for Holy Names to convert on the other end of the floor if they want to get back into this game.
Green brings it up to Taylor now between the circles. He's got Aerosol just absolutely plastered to him. And he takes it in. Now he dumps it out. They're thinking 3. What are the Hawks going to do? How can they get back in this thing? 67-52. Soft jumper left side by Jules Sanders. Not close. Quick transition, Anderson. Into the corner. Now up and under the bucket. And somebody got hammered under the bucket.
Well, Coach, if you're going to run into him, you might as well give him all you got.
Yeah, right. If you're going to take the foul, might as well get worth. As Fuller hits the deck, he hit it hard. 14:42 to go as the whistle on the floor. 67-52, Penguin Radio. Coming back in for Chaminade will be Masa Swain. He re-enters in place of Andre Aerosol, who's going to take a quick break. Looks like Green stays in there. All right.
No back door, Brett.
Kevontae Davis re-enters, now top of the key to Taylor.
Hey, force him the other way.
Good foot fake. Oh, Taylor's got some great moves, up and under, and what's the whistle? No basket. It went down, but they called it off, and the foul is called on Tyler Cartano. Cartano is a 6'6" junior. It says 205, but he plays bigger than that. 14:31 to go in the game. 67-52. Chaminade looking to move on to the semis.
Yeah, and Eric Boverd's up on his feet. It looked like they held up 14, and 14's not on the floor. It was on Cartano, 13. And
it was on Cartano. Whether they got the number right?
It looked like they held up 14 from here. They're going to change it completely.
They're going to change it to Swain. All right, well, that's better for Chaminade, to tell you the truth. 14 and a half to go. I was certain I was right on that, and you know me, Forrest. I never correct myself.
Yeah, but wrong.
Green out in the corner. Forrest and I had 3 years together.
That's true. So
isn't that amazing? Hawks with the ball out on the right wing. Green drives up to the top, tries to pick up a screen, but nothing doing. So Taylor's going to call out the play with 10 on the shot. Left side, 3 ball on the way. Perfect. Man, that was pure.
he makes shots and plays all by himself.
67-55. Boy, he just backed up a half step and found the seam. Boy, he can see the floor in a way most mortal cannot. Holy names on defense, and after the missed shot, Masa Swain hauls in, boxes out and hauls in the rebound. And the foul is committed by Alonzo Taylor.
Chaminade doing a great job keeping it alive, going to the glass, using all that length and athleticism that they have. It's underrated.
13:40 to go, everybody. 67-55. Chaminade ball off to our right here on Media Row, and it's thrown away. Cartano heaves it away right into the hands of Kevontae Davis, who takes the distance and runs it in from the right side. 67-57. It was 15, now it's 10. 13:20 to go, plenty of time to go in the second half of game 1. Game 1 of 4 today. 2 men, 2 women. Same tomorrow. Soft jumper running in the lane. Cartano, and he draws a whistle. And it's on Zachary Young, the 6'7" senior out of Brisbane, Australia.
Yeah, I want to go back to the previous foul on Holy Names for Alonzo Taylor. That was his third, and he's really been all the offense. He has 19 points. Nobody else for Holy Names in double digits, so that's huge.
Cartano with a wide open stance, a majestic arc. Knocks down the first. Well, here comes Shive along with Dressler. Shive with on 3 fouls. He drew that early third quarter foul straight out of halftime, and he was immediately yanked. If Chaminade wants to hold on, I think they're going to need Shive, although it's 68-57 after the freebie does not fall. 13 exactly. Long 3 from the top of the key. Goes off by Taylor, no. And out of play. And I think it's going to be Chaminade ball.
Yeah, you're right, Stu. I imagine them looking to get Big Sheev back into the offensive look. They'll probably run a little bit of their 4-out, 1-in action and maybe get that guy a touch.
So good to have the coaches from Dominican here. Booker T. Harris, our guest here in the third period. He'll be back in the next game in the third period as well. Hopefully tomorrow, although I haven't talked him into it yet. I don't know if we have a budget. 12:44 to go. Out on the left wing, Shive heaves it across the court. Swain! And it's a 3-ball, 71-57. He had 1 foot very close to the line. I wasn't positive. 12 and a half to go.
So
but the reps are right there. What's that?
So tough to guard when you throw it into the big guy. You have to force help and rotation. You get a wide open 3.
Yeah, Shive heaved it out too. Just an absolute bullet to get it out to set up the 3. 71-57, 12-18, and the ball goes out of bounds off the end line.
Swain might not be one of those guys that you look at for shooting the 3 as well. That was his first shot of the day.
Those are some of the most effective points you can get, huh, Coach?
That is, and Swain, most of the time this year has been really good in transition, but he had his feet set, like you said, She forced two guys to collapse on him, and he found the open guy.
Kevonte Davis can't get it from the left elbow, but the putback by Andre Green is good. 71-59. Hawks hanging tough.
Easy baskets, offensive glass.
Single elimination. Winner moves on.
Makes it so much more interesting, doesn't it, Coach? Single elimination.
Yeah, there's you got to love the moment. Anything can happen in basketball. That's the beauty of it.
Young in the corner. And with the runner, Masa Swain draws a whistle, no bucket. 11:45 to go, and it looks like we might have a timeout on the floor, and we do. 71-59, and we are ready.
You're listening to the 2019 NCAA Division II Pac-West Basketball Championships, only on Penguin Radio, the official radio station at Dominican University of California. Radio.dominican.edu.
That's right. Radio.dominican.edu, everybody, is the official radio station of Dominican University of California. We're happy that you are here with us listening. Yours truly, Stuart Horn, Forrest Hunt. Coach Booker T. Harris in the booth. 11:45 to go, 71-59 in favor of the Silver Swords. Against the Hawks out of Holy Names. Well, Chaminade up to shooting at 61% against 51% for Holy Names. And, Coach, that might be the difference right there. What else could it be?
The shooting and then the turnovers. Like you said, second chance points and usually points off turnovers is something that's big. And Chaminade had 13 off of that. Like I said, it's hard to score when you don't give yourself a chance to have field goal attempt.
Masa Swain toes the line, although the Hawks aren't back out on the floor yet. Here they come.
That's a guy that's ready to shoot a free throw right there.
Chaminade's pumped, you're right. 71-59, 11:45 to go in the second half of game one.
Swain's a guy that shoots 70% from the line, so he's comfortable in this position.
Swain, the 6'3 junior, buries the first one as Forrest anticipated. And that makes it 72. The second one rattles out. And the rebound is hauled in by Alonzo Taylor, the 6'3 senior.
No backdoor grab, backdoor lob.
No backdoor lob. The coach screams out, Coach.
Good, grab, perfect.
Interpret what's happening from the coaching bench right now as Young hits the deck. Check it, Taylor hits the deck.
Right now, usually out of timeouts, Holy Names does a lot of action where they try to get you to fall asleep and backdoor you for an easy layup. They left to run a lot of stuff at the elbow and isolate you and force you to guard them one-on-one. And right there, Chaminade did a great job of just being solid. Good position defense. And most importantly, like they've been sitting down in the stands. This time of year, it's amazing how the attention to detail and guys who just want to win do the little things that help you.
Well, the Silver Swords, Kyle Milligan screamed out, no backdoor, exactly as you said, and they didn't allow it. Chaminade with the ball now, 72-59. Driving to the bucket off to our right, attacking that northern hoop. Three ball in the corner, and that falls. Masa Swain again for us, and he's starting to pick up steam.
Yeah, he's 24% in the year, so not the guy that you look to hit from downtown for Chaminade, but he's hitting tonight.
75.
I've been down that road with Chaminade, just saying.
75-59, inside of 11 minutes. Soft jumper right side, three ball to answer, and that goes by Kevonte Davis, the 6'2 senior out of Palmdale. 75-62.
I think that's what Holy Names is going to have to do to get back into this game with just minutes left.
Chaminade answers with a three in the corner. Dressler, good. 78-62. Will the Hawks have an answer? Stops at this point don't get you a lot. You need points. Oh, and a long two from the left side by Kevonte Davis. It's not close. And it goes out. 10:25 to go. 78-62.
The biggest thing right now is you got to chase Chaminade off the three-point line. They've shown today that they are on with their shots from deep range. So you got to take away the rhythm.
That's if any team coach can do that in the conference, it's Holy Names are the best three-point defensive team in the Pac West.
Dressler into the corner. No look. Young. He gets it over to Aerosol.
Another
Never
one.
a bad place to go. Another 3-ball in the corner. Dressler connects. 81-62. And we've got 10 minutes to go.
He's now the leading scorer in the game with 22, 4 for 7 downtown for Dressler.
81-62. Left side with the runner. Fuller can't get it to fall, but the put back, Kazar, and that's good. And that Kazar's a big dude, and he's able to hammer one in. 9:40 to go. Chaminade back and forth.
Dressler also was recognized this week for being all Pac West, too, so.
Now that's a good call, and Dressler shows why with his great ball control out off of the end line, and I don't think the Hawks like the call. Fouls on Swain, 9:27 to go. So I suspect the Hawks, in fact, do like the call. That's why you were slugging me. I figured that out.
Hey, easy over there. That is 4 on Swain, though.
81-64. That's the universal radio sign for take another look.
It's just a punch in the arm.
Fuller with the runner. Now he gets it into Kazar, and it falls in after it sat on the rim for what seemed like an eternity. Coming up on 9 minutes, everybody. 81-66 in the game. Long 3 right wing is just a little bit short after Aerosol couldn't get it to fall. Bullet pass down low into the hands of Kazar. A lot of traffic, whistles, big dudes on the floor. 8:52 to go, 81-66.
Limiting Chaminade to one shot and then hoping to get out in transition and push the ball. That's a way to get back into this contest for Holy Names.
Bobby Kazar, the 6'7" senior, will go to the line. He's got the black leggings all the way up, much like C.J. Thomas wore all season. The great C.J. Thomas.
Back in my day, you couldn't wear that.
Well, back in your day, weren't the shorts really short?
Yeah,
81-66 and Ubers. Yeah, that's right.
Still like that look, though.
With the short shorts and the
whenever
tubes?
You look back and you see the film of those guys.
Nate Thurman had him real high. 8:52 to go.
I think the film's black and white, too, actually.
Yeah.
It might have been reel to reel.
And Kazar back to the line. Takes a little extra time and focus and good. 81-67. Glad you're with us, everybody. The first of 10 games in the championship. First of 4 today. Chaminade ball attacking the northern hoop here at the Conlin Center. 8:35 to go in the game. Up and under. Wow, attacking with a lot of spin is Dressler. Well, clearly, Booker, he can do it all.
He can, and that was a great two-man game right there. He's so explosive offensively in transition, wide open, finishing right there in the paint.
Working our way toward 8 minutes. Fuller cannot fire from the top of the key, so he has to kick out. Missed 3-ball. Dressler with a rebound. Coming up on 8. Dressler across the middle of the house. Cartano has it tipped away and not before a foul is committed. Jacob Dean, the 6'7" senior out of Santa Ana, out of Irvine Valley College. You know where that is, Booker.
I definitely do. Home of A.J. Hernandez.
8:04 to go. 83-67. I knew you'd go right to AJ. Of course. Can you name anyone more famous than AJ out of Irvine Valley?
No.
No one can. 8:04 to go, and now
5-second count.
a 5-second count. They couldn't get it in, so defense out of Holy Names are playing tough in the final, what may be the final 8 minutes of their season.
And that's big for Holy Names. Force a turnover there. Now you have an opportunity to go put some points on the board and kind of switch the momentum in this game.
What would you do here, Booker?
Right now, go to my shooter, Taylor.
Yeah, I think that's a good call. Never disagree with the coach. Oh, brother. Up and under, and Taylor went with it. He couldn't get it to fall. Dressler into the corner. 3-ball Hutchings, deep.
Offensive rebound, second chance.
Rebounded back to Cartano to Aerosol. And he finishes with a limp-wristed 3. Timeout on the floor. 7:38 to go, 86-67, 2019 Pac West Championship Tournament from Dominican University of California. 7:38 to go. What a way to go into that timeout.
13 threes for Chaminade, and the game to Holy Names is 6. And the best three-point defensive team in the conference so far in this game, Booker, has not shown that.
Well, right there on that one, without question, watch all this evening how many times there's an offensive rebound and wide open three.
Offensive rebound, wide open three. They always go together.
Yeah, really.
7:38, 86-67. The Swords are, I don't know if the Swords can at this point. Go back to the first few minutes of the game. The Hawks came out on fire, led by 5 or 6 at about the 4 or 5 minute mark. And then the next thing you know, the Swords started slashing their way to the lead, and they never looked back. Once they grabbed the lead, it got down to 3, I think, at one point. Way now, 86-67, and with 7:38 to go, Booker, you think this thing's out of reach?
You know what? In basketball, it's never out of reach. Although right now, you've got to come up with a couple stops. Going into the last 4 minute media, you want to get it to about 11 because we've seen a lot of comebacks here in Conlon in that last 4 minutes. So anything can happen. But if there's not any stops coming up on Holy Names on between this next media, then it'll be tough.
86-67. Forrest, what do you take it the rest of the way?
Holy Names on offense. Off to our left. That's Taylor straight away. He's been the best offensive player by far for Names. Here's Green, who kicks it out into the short left corner. Inside goes Holy Names. 86-67, 7:20 left. Left elbow for Holy Names. That's Kazar. Inside floater off the front of the rim. Kicks back out, and there's those offensive rebounds. Booker as a 3 is knocked down by Rob Fuller. That's a way to get back into the game, if not grab some momentum.
So true. Like I said, second chance and easy opportunities. The more you go to the glass, the more you'll get it right there.
Cartano brings it up, drives in, spins in the paint, puts up a floater through some contact. The foul is called. Cartano didn't make the shot. The foul was on Zachary Young. That's his third personal. 7th team foul for Holy Names, so Chaminade will shoot 1-and-1s, but the foul did occur on the shot, so Cartano will shoot 2.
So many times we've seen the teams start to poop out in the last quarter, and Cartano seems to be getting stronger as the game's gone on.
Well, I think definitely these guys are in shape time of year, and then the most important factor is, they kind of smell the finish line, so you get your second win and you forget that you're tired.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is, because we've seen toward the end of the season, all the teams, they start to get a little bit tired.
Cartano knocks them both down. Left side, Andre Green, pull-up jumper from 3, no good. A battle underneath the bucket and a foul. Hutchings and Kazar were battling for the rebound. And it will be a foul underneath the bucket on Kazar. So that's his second personal, the 8th team foul for the Hawks, and that'll send Chaminade right back to the free throw line. Hutchings will be at the line. Hasn't shot from the free throw line yet. Game. He has 4 points. 6:39 left. Second half, everybody. We welcome you listening on Penguin Radio, radio.dominican.edu. And watching on the Stretch Network, 88-70 our score. Hutchings' first 1-and-1 free throw is good.
Knocking down free throws is going to be very important.
He can extend the lead to 20 with this second 1-and-1 attempt. It's up, and for Hutchings, it's through. He's 2 for 2, 90-70. Chaminade leads here in the first game of the 2019 Pac West Basketball Championships quarterfinal. Rob Fuller, step back 3, far wing, yes. Rob Fuller, 6 straight points for Holy Names. Dressler brings it across the half stripe from our left to right. Tough defense by Alonzo Taylor. He has 3 personal fouls. Kick out right wing. That's Anderson dribbling back straight away. 15 to shoot for Anderson, who goes between the legs. Dressler for 3. He missed it left.
Transition opportunity here for Holy Names.
They go quickly into the corner. Fuller foot fake, thinking a 3. No. Here's Kivante Davis driving in free throw line. Dump off down low to a wide open Zachary Young.
Great job attacking the ball screen right there, getting the defenders to roll out, and then being able to dump off to the man in the paint.
First points of the game for Zachary Young. Anderson backs it out, now drives in, left side, pull up from the paint, 12 feet, floater, no. Green with the rebound, Names going quickly, far side, Fuller. Fakes a three from the right wing. Gives it inside to Young and then a hand back to Fuller, who drives in free throw line, now a kick out. 3 ball straight away. No good, but the foul.
Fouled on the three-point shot, fouled on the jump shooter. So looks like Holy Names will go to the free throw line for 3.
That was Kevonte Davis who was fouled. The second time we've seen a foul on a 3. And Coach Eric Bovard is thinking why? And he's asking his team why. With a 15-point lead, Coach, fouling the three-point shooter?
We as coaches, we all have that type of night where that's something I'm pretty sure we both don't teach.
Kevonte Davis will shoot 3 free throws. He's 1 for 2 so far in the game. First one's up, and he missed it right. The foul was on Andre Aerosol. That was his second personal, 7th team foul. So from here on out, both teams shooting free throws. Davis to the line. He has 2 more attempts. After missing the first, the second one is up, and it's through. 90-76. Subs come in for Chaminade, Shive, Young, and Swain. Hutchings comes off the floor. So from some fresh legs out there for the Silver Swords. So far, Davis is 1 for 2 from the line. Third one up, and he missed it deep. Rebounded by Davis. He got his own offensive rebound after the shot. 5:20 left, 25 seconds to shoot for Holy Names. Kevonte Davis between the circles, passes right. Alonzo Taylor right wing, fakes it, gets Dressler to jump, drives baseline, underneath, reverse layup for Alonzo Taylor. 90-78.
He's such a threat to score. You have to respect him and close out on him when he's out on the perimeter, and he just got that guy to bite on the ball fake, head fake, and got to the paint.
Cartano driving up the far sideline, lost control, and we have a timeout. Chaminade with 4:57 left. You're listening to NC2A Division II Men's PacWest Championship quarterfinal basketball here on Penguin Radio and on the Stretch Network. Game 1 of 4 today, Coach, and we have 4:57 left, and Holy Names with a couple of threes and some penetration found themselves just down by 12.
Yeah, like I said, going into this under 4-minute media, probably wanted to 9 points. That way it's a 3-possession game, and that's plenty of time, especially if you can get rebounds and not foul and keep Chaminade, off base kind of. And I'm pretty sure Holy Names, Coach Sanchez is in the huddle right there, reminding him, hey, it's not time to panic. You're not going to get it all back in one shot. So be diligent on the offensive end and get it to the right guys in the right spots.
Well, we talked about Chaminade, how big they are and how versatile those guys are, like Cartano, like Dressler, like Shive, how they can do it all. Holy Names here, it almost seems like you have to go with a 4-guard line to maybe get yourself back into this game. It seems like their guards is their best bet, but then that puts a mismatch on the floor.
But the thing about it, when you go the small, on the flip side, hopefully you can create more turnovers so you can climb into guys a little bit more and get underneath them. And like you said, 4 guards in transition, that's hard to guard.
Right now it's Taylor, Davis, Fuller. Xavier Harris has checked back onto the floor, and Green, so they are going 4 guards, and Davis, the big man in the middle, who has not been on the floor all that often. He does have 3 personal fouls, and they all came. So here's Davis on the right wing, Massa Swain on defense, bounce pass down low to Green. Green backing down his man, step back, jumper for 2. Andre Green, smooth from about 14 feet, and it's now 10, 90-80, 4:40 left.
It may come down to the wire right now. Like I said, Holy Names turning up the defense right now, really playing in those passing lanes.
We were talking about how good the offense was for Chaminade coming out of halftime. Now does it turn to the focus on defense? As Dressler drives in, goes around his man, and he was fouled. Dressler will go to the line.
Chaminade finding a way to get to the free throw line, and then here's a little inside scoop on kind of like a Hubieism. The team that gets to the free throw line is probably going to be the team that eventually wins this game.
That foul was on Taylor, his 4th personal. And right now, 12 for 18 is Holy names from the free throw line as Dressler's first one is good. So make it 18 for 21 for Chaminade from the free throw line. Dressler stares down the northern hoop, lets it go, and it rattles up and sits on the back of the rim and falls through. 92-80. Dressler with 26 with 4:20 left in the ballgame. Davis, bounce pass, Taylor on the right wing. Taylor steps out from beyond the arc, drifts straight away, 17 to shoot, drives in, step back, pull up, jumper no good, rebound Swain. 4:05 left in the ball game. Coach Omar Sanchez is very unhappy with the no call underneath the bucket there.
Right now, I look for Chaminade to be very deliberate in trying to get what they want here on the offensive end.
Straight away, Roman Young for Chaminade inside. 3:45 left in the game. Young goes right, guarded by Cavante Davis. Between the legs, now to a cutting Cartano, who kicks it out to Shy for three, and it's deep. Rebound by Alonzo Taylor.
Opportunity for Holy Names right now.
Here goes Taylor quickly, long pass all the way up the floor to Cavante Davis, who stepped out of bounds. Media timeout with 3:31 left in the second half, 92-80. Silver Swords lead. And Coach, what do you think about that in transition there with Alonzo Taylor throwing it half the length of the floor all the way up to Davis?
At that point in time in the game, as a coach, you want him to just make sure you get to keep the possession. But there, he thought he had his teammate open, so you want to put pressure on the rim. It's one of those things you tell your players all the time. It's like, make the simple decision. And that's, at times it can be high risk and low reward. And right now, that was there.
If you're Chaminade right now, what are you doing? You just feed Shive down low and inside, or do you rely on that three-point shooting game? They are 13 for 24 from beyond the arc.
You know what they do best is they space you out. So if they throw it in there, they're going to look for him, and then he's unselfish. He'll throw it out and find a teammate if he doesn't like what he has. And the thing about it, those guys, when their feet are set, it's really hard to chase them off that line.
3:31 left, second half. First game of the Pac-West Basketball Championships. We have Academy of Art in Azusa Pacific coming up just following. Welcoming everybody watching on the Stretch Network and listening on Penguin Radio at radio.dominican.edu. Ethan Estrada, Soren O'Connell will be here for that Azusa and Art U game as we come out of the timeout. Chaminade ball up 12. 3.5 minutes to go. Looking to advance. Chaminade the 3 seed. Holy Names the 6. First time ever Holy Names has made it to the Pac-West Conference Tournament.
Yeah, good little time for the Bay Area pod schools to get 2 teams up in here.
Clear!
Backcourt pressure by Holy Names. Clock rolls under 3.5 minutes. That's Anderson bringing it up the floor. Davis backs off as Anderson crosses the half-court stripe. Left side, Shive. Trying to find an open Dressler. He hands it off to him. 14 to shoot. The pass inside goes off the hands of Fuller and into the hands of Cartano. It looked like for sure Fuller was going to pick off the pass from Grant Dressler. Somehow Cartano ended up with it and got fouled.
Went right through his hands. As a coach, we always yell, grab it with 2.
Yeah, two-handed. It seems cliche, but what are you going to do? Zachary Taylor picks up the foul. That's his 4th. So 10 team fouls on the side of the Hawks, and Cartano will shoot 2. It seems so simple, right? Catch it with 2 hands, but you're not always thinking that in the moment when you have the opportunity to pick off the pass, as Cartano misses the first.
Well, unlike you and Booker, I haven't played a lot of collegiate basketball. But you would know best, certainly. And Booker may know, too. He may know a little something about it.
No, I thought maybe you played against Bill Walton or Bill Cartwright, something like that, Stu.
Just on the schoolyard when I dunked on him a couple times. But, I mean, he's only 7'1", Booker. Come on.
Foul inside as Alonzo Taylor was going to the hoop. That was...
I still got hops. Come on.
Well, Booker, you saw last night we were in here shooting around. You know why the rim was bent. It was because Stu was throwing down some jams last night.
Yeah.
I forgot it. That might explain it, right?
The truth is, he knocked one down here from way past half court.
Went with the baseball style, just throwing it one hand over the shoulder. shoulder. You know, Alonzo Taylor at the line for 1-and-1 free throws. He knocks down the first after he was fouled by Grant Dressler.
You might want to save that for when they do the other timeout.
Yeah, that's not a bad call, but don't diminish the compliment. It was a great shot.
It was. I want more Pete's and Chipotle in my life. Give me that gift card.
Taylor knocks them both down. Cartano inbounds to Anderson. Davis in the backcourt. Anderson slows him down. Going between the legs, now across the half-court stripe. Inside 3 minutes left.
Holy Names needs to stop right now.
Davis way out near the logo. Defensively on Anderson, it goes left. That's Arizona. The Dressler left wing, 8 seconds to shoot. Dressler, being guarded by Green, drives in, puts up the floater layup with 3 seconds on the shot clock. Grant Dressler with 28 points.
And he followed 22 seconds of surgical clockwork.
Oh, God. Here's Taylor driving baseline kick out. Davis for 3, left wing, yes. Timeout. Holy Names, 2:16 left. It's a 10-point game in the first game of the 2019 PacWest Basketball Championships, only on Penguin Radio, radio.dominican.edu.
Yeah, how about this? At the end of each game, fans, we are going to run live the post-game interviews with the winning and losing coaches. Never been done in PacWest history, live on the air. We're going to have it for you right here on Penguin Radio and on the Stretch Network from Dominican. 95-85. Well, they were down by 20, and now they cut it to 10, and with 2:16 to go, what do you think, Book? You know, the great Scott Davis used to say, 11 points with 3 minutes is doable. 10 points in 2?
Oh, it definitely is. In this day and age in college basketball, right now, you need a stop. Once you get a stop, you got to put pressure on the rim. Right now, both teams are in the bonus, so getting to the free throw line, getting the old-fashioned three-point play, or a wide-open 3, and that cuts it to 7, and then that's more than enough time.
Timeout, 2:16 left, 95-85. Dressler, Anderson, Aerosol, Cartano, and Shive on the floor for Chaminade. And Holy Names, it's Zachary Young, Kevonte Davis, Alonzo Taylor, Andre Green, and Rob Fuller. Chaminade will inbound off. Goes into Cartano through his hands and out of bounds. A turnover, and Holy Names will get the ball.
Is that exactly what Booker was just talking about? Anything can happen at this level of play. 10 points in 2 minutes and 16 seconds. Well, now it's 10 points in 2 minutes and 14 seconds, but an easy turnover, close range.
Masa Swain checks in for Grant Dressler. 2:14 left. Holy Names will inbound on the short side. On the far sideline, Andre Green will do the honors.
That was really the first play where I've seen the ball slip right through the fingertips of the intended recipient.
Rob Fuller to Davis on the right wing. Good defense by Aerosol. Davis in the corner trap. Behind the back pass to Taylor, who pumps a 3. Gets Masa Swain to fly by into Davis in the corner. Davis, fall away 2. Short. Eric Shive with the rebound. We're inside 2 minutes.
Boy, that Shive can throw some arms when he's hauling it in.
Here comes Anderson across half court.
You got to get one.
Between the legs. Now he'll slow things down, and now Davis will foul Omar Sanchez up on his feet. For God's sakes, says Omar Sanchez, foul the man.
Yeah, after that shot went in, they probably want to extend the game a little bit longer, so a quick foul. And then right now, you got to hope Chaminade misses free throws, and you got to be able to get something transition, put pressure on the rim, or a wide open 3.
When you're down by 10 inside of 2 minutes, there's a lot of hoping for a lot of different things.
First trip to the line for Nicholas Anderson. He makes the first as Dressler comes in for Shive. 1:47 left.
You certainly can use a little divine intervention when you're down by 10 with 1:45.
I've seen it happen in
Of course.
Second one up for Anderson. No good. Missed it left. Rebound. Young.
But I know about you and your relationship with the man upstairs, Booker. You get all kinds of good luck and favors.
Davis inside. Kick out Green. 1:35 left. Green free throw line into the corner. For Fuller for 3. No good off the rim. Dressler with the rebound, but a foul underneath the bucket.
Wow.
That's a foul on
It is.
Masa Swain, and he's fouled out of the game. That's his 5th and disqualifying foul.
And there's that look.
Palms to the ceiling, jaw to the floor.
Wow.
Masa Swain.
You've added a new dimension to the look. Yeah, the palms to the ceiling. Well, that's an oldie. Jaw to the floor. I like it.
Shives checks in his place.
90 seconds to go, Forrest.
Can you believe it? 11-point game. Alonzo Taylor at the line. He's 3 for 4 from the line in this game. First one's up and good. 10-point game.
But the made free throw can get it to a 3-possession game with 1:30 left.
24 points all told for Alonzo Taylor, making 25 as he knocks down the second. Dressler inbounds to Anderson in the backcourt. Davis will foul. Davis didn't look like he was intending to foul, though. They did call the foul, and that'll send Chaminade off the line. Looked like he was just trying to play some tight defense there in the backcourt.
Booker, what's Omar Sanchez yelling at the referee about right now? Too long for the foul to occur?
Right. Probably as a coach, you usually give those guys a heads up on what you're going to do.
Right.
When a quick one.
Gotcha. So instead of 1 second, it took 3.
Nicholas Anderson at the line, 127. First one misses. The winner of this game will move on to play Concordia, the 2 seed, tomorrow.
Yeah, the bracket's out. Such exciting games going on here with teams, battling for a chance to cut down the net. Missed free throw.
Missed them both. Here comes Taylor, left side, 122. Pull up for 3. No good. Looking for the foul. Didn't get it. Andre Green, offensive rebound, keeps it alive, and a foul underneath the bucket.
So you called the board, but I thought it hit off the shot clock, which is out of play. Didn't that tip off the shot clock? I guess not.
Foul was on Andre Aerosol. That's his 3rd personal. Both teams in double bonus. 1:16 left. 9-point game. 96-87. Silver Swords leading. Green at the line. His first free throw's up and right back at him. Missed it deep.
Last 3 by Taylor and this missed free throw. Those are looming large.
Those ones might hurt. Second one for Green's good. 8-point game. 96-88. Inbound tipped out by Green, that is. That's a heck of an acrobatic play defensively by Andre Green.
It is. You can tell the level of play has really risen up this last minute here. Both teams do not want to go home.
Anderson's inbound to Shive. He's fouled right away by Zachary Young, and that's Young's 5th and disqualifying foul.
Fans, we will have the podcast of this game posted 20 minutes after the final whistle, or I should say right after the interview with the coaches. The post-game conference will occur, and we will immediately post the podcast. You can listen back to this game over and over, and you can listen to Booker until you fall asleep.
I am not Bill Walton. I don't have as many great zingers as he does. So
Eric Shive was the Silver Sword fouled by Zachary Young.
Shive is making a very strong case for player of the game.
He's 3 for 3 from the line so far. 15 points for Shive. First one up and good. That extends the lead back to 9.
How big is this one, Booker?
being in this position before where you need free throws to go in, they're all big at this point in time.
Second one for Shive up and it's good.
But 10 is a lot different than 9, right?
Tremendously, because it's another possession.
Roman Young checks in for Eric Shive. Swords going guard heavy here, coach, for the remaining 1:15.
Imagine they're doing this just in case they get fouls coming up, because I imagine Holy Names is probably going to try to send them to the line.
Davis takes it 94 feet off the inbound and lays it in. 98-90, 1:04 left. They call a foul with 63 seconds left. That's Andre Green's second personal. Silver Swords to the line to shoot 2.
Green's the guy that has to make all these fouls now in the final 63 seconds of the game. He's only got a pair, but Names is starting to run out of fouls with which to work.
Sends Roman Young to the line. He hasn't attempted a free throw yet, only attempted one shot. 0 for 1 from the floor, and now 0 for 1 from the free throw line. Lead still at 8. Roman Young, second one up, and good. Lead back to 9 for Chaminade. 62 seconds. Davis quickly up the far sideline, spin in the paint, lays it up, no good, missed it left. Offensive rebound and the putback by Jules Sanders with the left hand, makes it 99-92.
Now that is great use of the clock. After the bucket, less than 1 second until the foul was called. And if you think about it, the last possession worked out Holy Name's way in a monumental way, right? The missed 2 free throws and then the bucket on the other end.
Kevonte Davis, the Hawk, committing the foul. That's his 4th personal. Dressler now at the line to shoot 2. First one's up and good. 54.1 left. And I'd imagine Chaminade would be shooting free throws for the remainder of this game. Holy Name's trying to stay in it.
Dressler, a transfer out of Sacramento State.
The first free throw put him at the century mark, and the second one puts him at 101.92. Davis quickly from right to left into the paint, kick to the left wing. Alonzo Taylor pull up, left elbow, no good. Offensive rebound by Jules Sanders, put back, no good. Another offensive rebound, and the put back by Kevonte Davis is good.
Well, it was good for the Hawks to finally get it after 3 shots on goal. It took them 5 seconds to do it, though. That was the only problem.
101.94 with 39.8 seconds left. Andre Green is forced to foul.
Booker, how many times you score 94 and lose? Not often.
Not often, but like you and I both know, this game is you want to outscore your opponent. The goal is to put it in the basket.
Dresser at the line, 10 for 10 with 30 points. First one up and through. 102.94.
Can you imagine a better opening game for the tournament?
No, I can't. I really can't.
Wow.
Shive checks back in for Roman Young.
Fans are getting their money's worth on this, and all the stretch stuff is free. How about that?
Wow.
Can Dressler go 12 for 12? He can.
Imagine that. You get to hear Forrest Hunt and Booker T. Harris, and it doesn't cost you a penny.
Here's Kevonte Davis in transition for Names. Long 3 off the front of the rim. No good. Offense rebound. Alonzo Taylor puts up a 3.
There we go.
103.97.
Never say die attitude. You never know what's going to happen.
Well, it's taken us 8 minutes to play the last 30 seconds, so here we have 30 more to go, and now it's a 2-possession game, not 4.
Well, here's a controversy. Andre Green had to foul there, and now he has 4. So who's going to foul if you're Holy Names now? Just a 6-point lead for Chaminade with 29.8, and Dressler back to the line.
Yeah, well, Green just fouled 3 times last seconds, or the previous 30 seconds, I should say.
Dressler's perfect, 12 for 12. First one's up and good.
Stu, can you and Forrest make sure the rest of these 3 games tonight are just as exciting?
I hope they are. This is fantastic.
I know. I want to be here till midnight.
Yeah, it's a good call. If you love basketball, it's a good place to be, right?
Dressler stays perfect. 2 for 2. 29 seconds. Clock rolls. Davis left side. Hands off Fuller. Looking straight away. Jules Sanders for 3. Missed it left. Rebound Cartano. He's fouled with 20.4. That foul is on Kevonte Davis, and that's his 5th. So now no more Davis for Holy Names.
That would have been a big one to make. Instead, you lose Davis. And that's rough. Because now Sanchez is starting to run out of big men.
Yep. Hands on the hips for Omar Sanchez.
Yeah.
As he gives Kevonte Davis a hug as he comes off the floor. Cartano to the line for Chaminade. 5 for 8 from the line in this game. And 30 for 38 for Chaminade as a team from the free throw line.
You know, it's
first game.
Not a lot of fanfare, but that's it for Davis. He's done. A senior.
Right.
That's it. No more basketball, right? Except when he's playing in the senior league with Booker out, on Wednesday nights.
The thing about it, when you think about seniors playing in this thing, that's probably the toughest thing for these guys is, and as a coach, your heart goes out to them because it ends so abruptly.
That's exactly right, and we just watched it end for Davis.
Cartano makes the first, misses the second. Taylor's pull-up jumper, no good. Shive with the rebound, and he's fouled with 11.1, so 106.97, a 9-point lead with 11.1 seconds left. You guys, Chaminade is looking right in the face of a trip to the semifinals to face Concordia tomorrow.
Yeah, that'll be a really good game. game with all the ball pressures and the big matchups that they've had this past year, playing each other twice. And you know, hats off to Holy Names. Such a great job this year by Coach Sanchez, getting those guys, you know, to 11 wins and a spot in the conference tournament for the first time in the Pac West. I have the utmost respect for my peers in this conference and their staffs. There's a lot of great coaching that goes on here, and people don't get enough credit.
They're going to bring Alonzo Taylor off the floor. Over 200 total points scored in this game.
That is an amazing game. And that's the end of Taylor's career.
Yep. Shive's second. Check that. His second is good. 108-97, so the lead's back to 11 for Chaminade. Far side. Thinking three. And launching a three is Jacob Dean. No good. Cartano with the rebound. And he'll dribble out the final 3 seconds as the Silver Swords will win game 1 of the tournament. 108-97 in emphatic fashion. An 11-point win. And Chaminade will face Concordia tomorrow in the semifinal.
108-97. What a way to get this thing started. Well, I'm going to go. Yes? You're going what? Oh, you want to go in there? No. They got a 9-minute cooling off period.
Okay, cool.
So we got 9 minutes to wait, everybody, until the press conference begins, and we're going to bring that